Hey, what's up guys? This is David with Worship Leader Hangout, and today we're going to learn how do you begin to play by ear, all right? First things first, playing by ear is very complicated, and musicians spend the rest of their lives learning to develop their ear. However, this video is going to provide you with an entryway into how do I even get started, okay? So, first thing is first is this. Learn the melody of the song. So we're going to take the song Twinkle Twinkle, okay? And simply sing the melody and try to match the notes that you're singing, okay? Or maybe the notes that you're hearing from a record. All right? So, twinkle, twinkle. All right? I clearly heard that that note I played did not match my voice. Twinkle, twinkle. That note still didn't match my voice. Twinkle, twinkle. Ah, I found the note, okay? So that's what you do. You use the trial and error process of singing a note and then trying to match it on the piano or whatever instrument that you're playing. All right? Once you've figured out the melody, then you write down all of the chords within that scale that you're in, okay? So let's say we are in the C major scale, okay? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. I realize that I am in the C major scale primarily because C is the note I begin and I end on. There are other ways to figure out what scale you're in, but for right now, let's just use that, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to write down all of the chords from the notes in that scale. For example, the notes in C major scale are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. You're going to write down C for C major, D for D minor, E for E minor, F for F major, G for G major, A for A minor, B for B diminished, and then C for C major again, all right? Now what you're going to do is when you play the melody that you already learned to play by ear, you're going to try to match the chords that you've written down to the melody, and you're going to use the same trial and error process, okay? So you know that you only have 7 chords to choose from, so it's not a lot, so you can figure it out. So, twinkle, what's that first chord? Twinkle, it was the first chord of the scale. Twinkle, twinkle, it was a C major. Now we're going to figure out the next one. Twinkle, twinkle, that kind of fits, all right? So you can keep it. Little, this sounds like there's some dissonance there, and so maybe that's when you decide, hey, I'm going to try to find another chord. So maybe use the second chord in the scale. Little, little, and you hear that it fits. So you can use that, and that chord was a D minor. You can also look at the chords within that scale, and then you can look at your melody and you can determine, hey, that A is in the D minor, but that A note is also in an F. And so you can try using that F major chord. Little. And so you can decide between the two which one you want to use, okay? And so you use that same trial and error process to figure out the rest of the chords for the song. So we have... So this is what listening for using those chords and just using this trial and error process is going to do. It's going to first begin to develop your ear. You're going to start to think about chords and think about chord changes. You're not going to always get it right. However, this is just the entryway to begin to practice developing your ear. Secondly, it's going to help you realize that not every song uses chords within the scale that is in. Okay, so what I mean by that is this: even though we're in C major, you may hear somebody play it like this. And because your ear has already been developed a little bit, you can recognize that, that chord, that's not in the scale. And it's going to begin to cause you to do some exploration. Well, how do I figure that out, okay? So there you have it. Remember that learning to play by ear is very similar to learning to read, comprehend, and then regurgitate new information. And you don't start off reading complex pieces of information and you're able to comprehend it and then regurgitate it. No, you're not able to do that. You start off reading simple words like cat, dog, mat, sat. You begin to understand what those things are, you begin to see pictures for them, and then you're able to say it and use it in a sentence. Well, it's the same thing to learning to play by ear. You're learning to listen to music, you're learning to comprehend the music, and then you're learning to regurgitate that information. And then once your ear is so developed, you can manipulate that information. All right. So there you have it. Thanks so much for watching. We plan to provide an exercise in the link section below that will help you can use to develop your ear. So please feel free to download it. It's going to be free for the first 10 days for our subscribers, and then after that we're going to charge for it. So we want everybody to have access to it, but we also have to support the channel. And so we thank you so much. And please like the video, subscribe, and always remember, great worship leaders are always learning. Thanks again.